everyone, welcome back. So let's talk about hip dips today. This is such a hot topic right now, but I've only heard of hip dips this year. Look, hip dips is extremely common. You're not a freak. Almost everybody has one. It is just part of our skeletal structure. So there's no way you can avoid it. As long as you're a human, you're gonna have some sort of hip dips. So today I'm going to talk about a few tips to improve that, and also 10 exercises that you can do to fill up that area. So yeah, if you want a natural way, keep on watching. So I just want to show you a few diagrams of our hip and thigh bone area, and also where the muscles sit. This is going to help you to understand your body better and hopefully help you to engage your muscles better at the gym. So here's our hips and thigh area. Basically, looking at this, a hip dent would naturally occur if you are a human being. But how deep the dent is depends on how high your pelvis sits and also how wide your hip is, which is your ilium. If your ilium is quite high and wide relative to where your thigh bone starts, which is your femur, then there is a higher chance of having a bigger dip. But if the gap is small, then chances is you will have a very little dip or none if you have substantial fat and muscle around the area. And the muscles located around the hip dips area are tensor fascia lata, so TFL for short, gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. So working these muscles may help you to improve your hip dips, but never neglect working the gluteus maximus because that gives you the fullness look on your bum. Now let's talk about a few tips that can help you with the appearance of hip dips before we get into the 10 exercises. So the first reason why your hip dips is bothering you is probably because of your love handle. So love handle is basically the fat that is sitting on top of your hips. So having lots of fat on top of your hips gives you the impression that you have hip dip. So there are several ways you can lose your love handle. You can do cardio, you can do weightlifting, high intensity interval training, but there's no way to spot reduced love handle because it is somewhat genetic where your fat stores. So I personally don't store a lot of fat on my abs, the middle abs area, but I do have quite a bit on my love handle, but that is okay. So the second reason that your hip dip is more pronounced is because you have quite a bit of thigh fat. That's something that I noticed at the end of my bulk because I gained quite a lot of fat on my thighs because that's just my body type. I gain most of my weight on my thighs and my butt and love handle, and yeah. So the fat on the upper outer thigh is gonna give you an impression that you have hip dip. So you can try to lose the thigh fat by doing some HIIT cardio, weightlifting, etc. So the third reason is probably more uncommon, and this look is probably what the fitness girls and guys are looking for. So basically their quads are a lot bigger than their hips, which give them the impression that they have hip dips. So these girls and guys are actually looking for that look. So anyway, to get to where they are, it is extremely difficult. You gotta lift pretty heavy weights, eat in calorie surplus, and being consistent at the gym. So yeah, if you are worried about getting really quad dominant, then you can try to do more hamstring focused exercises instead. So yeah, those are the 3 reasons and tips that you can improve the appearance of your hip dip. And next, I'm going to show you the 10 exercises that you can do at home or at the gym. Let's do this. The first exercise is lateral band walk. This exercise targets the tensor fascia lata, so TFL in short, and also your gluteus medius. So position the band right above your knee. I find that activates the glute medius and TFL best. So hinge at the hips, knees slightly bent, and keep your back neutral. Stay in this position and take a lateral step. If you lower your hips down even more, almost into a squat, then you'll feel it a lot more on your quads. So I prefer to not lower down my hips so much, just slightly hinge on the hips and bend the knees. The second exercise is some sort of awkward band walk. I don't even know what this is called. Basically, take one step backward, pointing your knees and feet outwards. And this really burns the damn glutes. This really activates the outer part of your glutes, but you need to do this a few times to get used to it, because if you don't really know how to do it, then you can't really activate your glutes. The third exercise is static lateral lunge. This is the exercise that I used to do when I first started trying to grow my hips. I don't really do so much of this anymore, but this really works the glutes, the gluteus maximus, medius minimus, the adductors, the TFL, and also quads. So the reason why I stopped doing this is because it really works the lower part of my quads as well, and I don't really want to bulk up that area too much. But this exercise really targets the outer part of your glutes, so you can try it out and see how you feel about it. To do a lateral lunge, lean a little forward for balance, and also make sure your back is neutral. So add some weight. I'm using a kettlebell here. You can also use a dumbbell too. The fourth exercise is curtsy lunge. So this is one of my favorite exercises to build the outer glutes. It works all the muscle groups like the maximus, minimus, medius, hamstring, quads, but definitely more focus on the outer part of your glutes. So this will help to give you a rounder butt, which will also help with the appearance of hip dips to some extent. Not much, but any help is great. You'll need to lift pretty heavy and also eat to gain muscles. So the key to do a curtsy lunge is to push off using your front heels. So that helps to engage your hamstring and your glutes more. And you're using your back leg just for support and balance, not really using it to push yourself up. Does that make sense? Next, we have single leg hip thrust. I have a dumbbell on top of my hips as well. This works amazing on the glutes. My glutes usually cramp up doing any sort of hip thrust. And doing single leg hip thrust allows me to focus on the glute muscles, and this helps with muscle imbalance as well. So definitely need to try this one out if you haven't tried single leg hip thrust before. So you can have your other leg rest above your thighs or keep it straight. I find that I can focus on my glutes a lot better when I rest my other leg on my thigh. So yeah, just do what's more comfortable for you. So the sixth exercise is clams. Very sexy. This is a great exercise to activate your glutes, especially the medius muscle and also TFL. Try to incorporate this as part of your warm-up exercises on your leg day. Next, we have leg raise. I honestly don't know what this is called, but well, it looks like I'm raising my legs, so yeah. First, find a bench that you can give a really nice hug. You can also add a resistance band on your ankles or on your thighs. Start with your legs slightly wider than your shoulder width, then raise both of your legs together at the same time and touch your feet together when your legs are at the top. This works the damn medius, minimus, maximus. Yes, smash those glutes. You can also try it without a resistance band first. Do it slow and controlled. The next exercise is fire hydrant. You can use ankle weights or resistance band. I prefer resistance band because it burns more. This works the medius, minimus, and yeah, you know the deal by now. But really, this exercise is amazing. So keep your knee bent and raise your leg to the side. And also kick it slightly backwards, just slightly. I find that engage my glutes a lot better. Next, we have side abduction. I really recommend to do this with some weight. So I rest the plate on my outer thigh and my lower hips. So make sure the weights are at the lower part of your hips, not the upper part. You won't feel much activation on your glutes if the weight is on the upper part of your hips. And that makes a lot of sense because you're not really using your glutes to lift the weights. So this works the TFL, the glute muscles, and I can't be bothered to say all the fancy names anymore, but you know, you get the point. The last exercise can only be done at the gym. There's two ways you can do this. You can hover right above the seat like this. So this works wonder on the gluteus maximus and also the TFL and the two little glute muscles. If you sit on the seat, then you'll be engaging your TFL and medius more, and a little bit less on your maximus. So try both of them out and see which one you like better. Also lean a little forward to engage your glutes better. And yeah, that's the 10 exercises, guys. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you find this video helpful. Again, I don't want you to feel upset about hip dips. It is extremely common. Almost everybody has hip dips. So that's about it for today's video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!